guys, welcome to this session on 30 Days to a More Powerful Vocabulary by Norman Lewis and Wilfred Frank. So today we are going to cover words from Latin. This course is being presented to you by me, Shilpa Jha. Please rate, review, subscribe and recommend the course. Also please leave your valuable suggestions and comments below. So let's begin. Now basically there are three Latin words that I'm going to teach you, and then we are going to see what all words can be formed by this. So anima means mind, breath, soul, spirit, right? So anima basically means mind. Magnus means large, and equus means equal. Now let's see what all words can be made. Alright, the first one is animalcule. So animalcule basically means a very small animal. Okay, a very small animal is animalcule. Animate is bringing something to life, right? Like when we have all these Disney characters or these cartoon characters that we have in comics, so when we make an animated picture, we bring those characters to life, right? We bring those characters to life. We see how they would be and how harmonious or what all kind of fights they would have, or just bringing those stories to life, if nothing else. So that is animate. Now when I say equanimity, equanimity means unruffled. See, aquus means equal, anima means mind, breath, soul, spirit. So equanimity means unruffled temperament. So we do have people like that, right? Especially I would say that people, when you go for elections, and I mean like politicians, when they go for elections, so they would try to develop equanimity, because whenever they are delivering speeches, when if there is some kind of retribution from the others, they don't want any kind of retribution, they don't want to give any kind of punishment to somebody. So then what do? They try to maintain equanimity, and whatever, like if they go to a public, they're all enraged that our demands have not been fulfilled and this and that. So then also they tend to develop equanimity, because they don't want to make them to make those people feel that they are short of temper, or they don't know how to behave publicly, right? Next is magnanimous. So magnanimous is somebody who is large-minded, who is not petty. For example, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett used to give a substantial amount of his salary to the people who require it, right? To the people who are parsimonious, or people who are not very rich. So then that was a magnanimous act, something that required a large mind, a large vision, because nobody can spend more than half of the salary giving it to the poor, right? Next is unanimous. Unanimous means in full agreement. Uni means one, so unanimous means when everybody is of one mind. So that means that everybody agrees to one thing. Like we all unanimously decided that we should have a bunk in the class, right? So that was a unanimous opinion. Everybody agreed to it. Next is inanimate, which is just the opposite of animate. If animate means that bringing things to life, inanimate means not bringing things to life. Something that she had an inanimate expression even when she got to know that she has got a promotion. So that means that there was no change in their expression. She seemed like an inanimate object, a non-living object. So that is inanimate. Now animosity means strong hostility, right? Like there can be strong hostility towards people. For example, if somebody cheated on your wife, right, or somebody cheated on their wife, so there would be a strong animosity, strong hostility towards that person, right? Okay, next is pulsinamious. Pulsinamious is just the opposite of magnanimous in a way, because pulsinamious is a person who is very small-minded, who is very cowardly, who is not very, who cannot take very big decisions, right? Because I would say in the same way, like this person gives more than half of his money. There are people who have problem giving even $100 to a person, saying, what if I may require it sometime? So that they see such people are petty, they are small-minded. Or some people would say that no, I would not go for rock climbing because I may fall down. So that means they're cowardly, right? They're not very they're not very strong enough, right? Next is animad word. So animad word is basically to speak out against, right? For example, if there are somebody, when you go to a professor to present a report, and he starts finding flaws, so because it's your main exam, you have to counter those flaws. So you say that I would be highly obliged to speak out against, to anima advert upon your report, or to anima advert upon your comments, right? So that is anima advert. Okay, next is magnate. Magnate is somebody who is a VIP. When I say a VIP, it means that somebody who's in a very high position, probably in the corporate sector or public sector, whichever sector. So magnate basically defines somebody who is a VIP. Magnify means to enlarge. In simple words, like we have magnifiers, they are basically there to enlarge objects, to see them in an enlarged view. Then we have magnificence. Magnificence means the beauty of it, so something that is beautiful is magnificent, right? Like we have magnificent palaces, so they are built very beautifully, right? Next is magniloquent. Magniloquent means speaking in a big or pompous and flowery style. Like there are magniloquent speeches that are given to impress the public, right? To get them to vote you, right? And then there are magniloquent speeches that are even given by companies when they want to hire us into working into their system, right? So that is magniloquent. Next is magnitude. Magnitude is the intensity, right? Like what is the magnitude of pain that you are experiencing in your knees? So that is the amount of pain, right? So that is magnitude. Next is magnum. Magnum is a large bottle of champagne or any other large bottle for champagne or any other wine. So that is magnum. Magnum opus is a literary or artistic work of great importance. So we are seeing so many words from these root words, Next is unus. Unus means one. Alright, so unify means to collect everybody, to make them one, right? To unite them. That is unify. Unite basically means the same thing. Like we wanted to unite India and Pakistan, and we did not want a partition until 1947 when that actually happened. So we wanted a united India. So that is a single India, right? Next is unicorn. Now unicorn is basically an animal with one single horn, a horse type of animal with one single horn. Uniform is something that we usually wear, that you have seen, right? Uniforms are something that we usually wear the similar dress that is put on by everyone is uniform. And uniform also means even. Why do we wear a simple dress? Because like in same dress, because we want even. Like in schools also, people come from various backgrounds, but to equalize it or to nullify it, uniforms are kept, right? So uniform means to make even, equal types. All right. Next is union. So union is like a formation of representing one single thing, like the Union of India. So that means all the secular people and everything combines into one particular country, that is India. Or in fact any of the state parties. So they also form a union, right? They all make together a one single party. Next is unity. Unity is strength, one very common phrase that we must have heard all our lives. So unity means everyone having a single motive, everyone living together. So that is unity. Unification. Next is unique. So unique is something that is different, something that is that sets you apart from everyone. Like everyone has some unique thing about themselves. So that is unique. Unison again means pretty much like union, getting everyone together. Unit is the smallest part that similar part that combines everything. Like atom is the smallest unit of a cell, right? So that the smallest part is an atom, smallest unit. Okay, now bene means wish, volens means wishing. Sorry, bene means well, volens means wishing. So benefit is something that you benefit from, that reaps good results. That is benefit. Beneficiary is somebody who gets something. Like if I give money to a poor beggar, then the beggar is the beneficiary. Benediction, dict means to speak. So benediction means giving someone a blessing, right? Benefactor means Benefactor is actually the person who is giving money, right? When I'm giving money to a beggar, then the beggar is the beneficiary and I am the benefactor. Benevolence is a synonym of kind. So benevolence means wishing well. So wishing kind, being kind to someone is benevolence. Volition or voluntary is something that you do on your own. For example, the movement of your hands is voluntary. It depends whether you want to do it or not. Whereas the pumping of your heart is an involuntary action. You cannot control it, right? Next is volunteer. Volunteer is when you volunteer for something, when you yourself want to get into something and be a part of it. Okay, next is this, which means to say. Now, when I say dictate, dictate means that dictate means to recite something, right? Like our teachers at when we were children, they used to dictate nursery rhymes to us or dictate something. Also dictatorship like Hitler, which also means to order something, right? To think that you're the supreme power and to order something is also dictate. Next is a dictaphone. So dictaphone is basically something in which you can record messages and then you can listen to those messages. So that is dictaphone. Diction is basically the manner of or uttering of pronunciation of words. If you malediction is a bad wish, when you bad wish for something, benediction is a good wish, right? So diction basically is the way of pronouncing words. Oh, so I told you what malediction means. Malediction is when you're cursing someone. Induct means something happens because of something. For example, I am a kind person and Sushil became a kind person because of me. So that means Sushil induced the quality of kindness from me. So this thing happened. Like if you have read about induction current, so the philosophy is something like the same, that since one body has current, so from there charges, from there charges are induced in the other body, which eventually leads to current generation. Next is predict. Predict means to foresee, what is going to happen, to guess that, this might happen in the future. So that is prediction. Next is this word which means to make or to do. So factor is a thing like, the biggest factor to success is hard work. So one of the key components of success is hard work. Factory is where where workers work, where a big place where everyone's working as a factory. Manufacture is the things that are being produced from the factory, so that is manufactured. Fact means something that is stated, that is universally true, we know it, it's not something that has been based on anybody's opinion, right? That is factory. Factotum is a general servant or an assistant. Factual again is something that is already true, we already know it, it's a known fact, it's a known thing. Next is signum, which means to sign. So insignia is the sign that one wears. Signal is something that is given to you, like it's a signal of a good sign or a bad sign, or a signal that is there on the traffic light, it indicates something. Signify means to tell you the importance, that something signifies that his hard work his result signifies that he has done hard work. So signify is the result or the importance of something. Design and signature, insignificant, all this, so I'm not repeating it. Okay, next means portrait, which means to carry. Porter is somebody who makes those jars which we can carry. Portable is something which can be carried here and there, so like you have your portable charges. Reporter is somebody who reports something, somebody who tells you about maybe the weather or whatever else. Deport is to send someone from one place to another because of any legal actions or something. Next is import and export. Import means to get things to yourself, like if we import say spices from somewhere, and if we are exporting cotton, so that means we export it from our place to another place, so that is export. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much.